Today we're taking a look at a wireless microphone from Fifine Technologies at only $39.99 on Amazon. We're going to find out if this microphone is any good. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back all my YouTube friends. Today we're looking at a wireless microphone that is very budget friendly at only $39 Canadian. This microphone from Fifine Technologies that I found on Amazon looked very interesting to me. So today I wanted to review it for you and give you the lowdown and tell you exactly whether or not, the $39 is worth it or not. I know what you guys are thinking. I was thinking the same thing. At $39, what can you really expect? Now, just as a disclaimer, guys, it's 39 bucks. So keep in mind that you're not going to get a microphone that is in the league of a Royer or a Telefunken or something like that. But if you're looking for an everyday utilitarian microphone that you can use for, say, karaoke parties, to make announcements at work, or you're making some kind of a speech somewhere and you need something that is not going to be too crazy in terms of price, then this microphone seems to be a good choice. So let's open up the box, see what we're getting for 39 bucks Canadian, and we'll even plug it in and see what it sounds like. So let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing and see exactly what we get in the box. All right, so right away we're getting a couple of items here. This looks like it's the wireless receiver, quite large compared to the box at least. Looks like there's an antenna here, and it looks like it's kind of those old-fashioned antennas that actually come up. I guess that antenna will give you a bit more range. There looks to be an on-off switch here with a little light, and of course the plug that would go into your speaker, amplifier, receiver, mixer, whatever you're going to be using it for. You do have a compartment on the side here, and this compartment requires two AAA batteries to function. At first glance, I mean, my first opinion is, yeah, it's bulky. It's not exactly high tech, but then again, for the price that you're paying, you can't expect that much. It's not perfect, you can see that the plastic here is actually a little bit spread out. So, I don't know how long something like this would last, but the thing is with this, it's the receiver portion of it. So you shouldn't really be handling it all that much. Once it's plugged in, it kind of just stays there. So you can turn on the power here. The little light goes on. Like I said earlier, the antenna comes out. I find it's a little bit odd that it has an antenna like this. It kind of seems retro to me. And most wireless devices nowadays don't require an antenna, but I'm sure there's a good reason for it. I guess it would probably extend the range quite a bit. So this is the receiver section. Let's move on. Okay, there's something in here which is kind of a rubbery feeling. I don't know what this is. I'll just put it aside for now. We'll figure that one out later. Of course, there's the regular documentation. This is basically, advertising their social media pages. And it's just, a basic little thank you letter that says, thank you for being our valued customer, blah, blah, blah. The user guide. So the actual model is the K025. I don't think I mentioned that before. This is basically a manual written in English. It has some nice color photos here. Quick start guide, everything you need to know about the product. And surprisingly, it's only in English. So yeah, I guess if you're somewhere else in the world, you might have some difficulty if you were looking for a manual written in French or Spanish or something else. But yeah, just English. So let's move on. Let's get to the meat and potatoes here. The pièce de résistance, as they say in France. So here is the microphone, and that's it. There's nothing else in the box. At least I don't think so. No, that's it. Just the foam insert here. Let's put that aside. Now, if you compare the size between the two of these, you'll see what a big difference you do get, right? Now, you have to keep in mind that the wireless microphone has batteries in here, so that's why it's quite a bit larger. In terms of weight, they're they're almost the same in terms of actual weight. The actual body on this thing is, you know, like cast metal. You can smack somebody over the head with this if they're bothering you and knock them out, put them to rest, you know? So let's see how this thing is put together. Obviously there's batteries in here, so let's open up the compartment. There we go. And you basically need 2 AA batteries. So I have put some rechargeable batteries in here from Amazon. Now what's interesting is that, you know, this whole section, basically the entire body portion is made of plastic. It's not metal. There's a little inset button in here that you need to press if you want to change the channel on the microphone. So you just press it with a, you know, a key or a pen or something pointy, and you can change the channels. So if you're getting interference or if you're using more than one of these, you can actually change the channel. And I think there's up to 20 channels or so. I'm not really sure. I haven't really read the manual completely through, but I think it's about 20 channels that they mentioned. And I can take a quick look and tell you, yes, it's 20 frequencies as it's mentioned inside the manual. You can put your batteries in here, you close it, you select your channel, and then you're ready to go. All right, so to pair the microphone to the actual receiver, you have to plug in the receiver into your device that you want to use it with, turn it on, then turn on the power on the mic, and then when it pairs, basically the light stays on, it turns red, and it basically is paired. It's nice to see that they have a little LED display here. I don't know if you can see that very well. And that also will flash when you're pairing, when you're changing the actual frequencies to be able to select different channels when you're working with one mic or two. That actually flashes. So you can turn it off, you can turn it on. I don't know why they wouldn't make this a switch with a push button here. So when you want to change the channels, you can just press that button in and change the channels, because it seems a little bit awkward when you have to take the bottom off and press the little thing here to change the channels. Maybe they did that because they don't want you to accidentally change the channels. That could be. That makes sense. But you know, it's just a thought. They might want to improve it by putting it there. Let's see here. I don't want to break it. Okay, so the entire thing is basically plastic, and that's probably how they keep costs down. But it's nice to see that the top mesh does get removed, can be removed, because these things always end up getting dented when you drop the microphone. So it's nice to be able to put something else there. The bottom portion of the microphone here, interestingly, is rubber. So I guess they decided to do that so if it drops, maybe it doesn't get damaged, and that's a good idea. I still don't know what this is, guys. The only thing I can think of is that it somehow goes here. It seems to go over far enough to cover the button, so maybe it's to hold the button so it doesn't get turned off. Maybe it's so that when you put it in the cradle, you know, it acts as an additional support. Or maybe it's just to protect it in case you drop it, because it's rubbery. This thing's rubbery. But nowhere in the instructions does it say what it's for. So I don't know. If you guys know, maybe you can let me know. Let's look at some of the specs on this microphone, because that's quite important to know what you're getting. So basically, we know it's a dynamic microphone. Model is K025. The frequency response on the microphone is 50 to 18 kilohertz. It's unidirectional, and it basically needs 2 AA batteries. They have a response curve here, which you may or may not be able to see. And now they say that the range on this microphone is more or less about 80-90 feet. I tried it in and around the house, and it worked quite well, even out of the studio. Going into the back room, through walls, it was still doing the job. So I'm gonna plug this guy in here and just gonna plug it into a speaker that I have. You may or may not be able to hear it properly through my lapel microphone, but I'll do it anyways just so you can hear it. Okay, so the receiver is plugged in right now. the microphone is not turned on. I'm going to turn it on and we're going to hear exactly how much ambience noise we get out of the microphone. Okay, so it seems to be on. It's working. Not very much noise in terms of, you know, hiss or anything like that. Handling noise. I don't know if you can hear that on the microphone. You do hear a little bit of handling noise with the microphone, but it's not anything too crazy. Obviously you have proximity effect when you're talking into the microphone. As you get further away and you bring it in, obviously you're going to get a lot more bass response. You don't seem to be getting a lot of popping. You do get some, but it's not excessive. So I guess the grill's working quite nicely and seems to be working quite well, guys. So for anybody interested in doing karaoke, come to my house. We'll be doing karaoke with this microphone this weekend. How's that? You're all invited. A cool wireless microphone from Fifine Technologies, $39.99 Canadian. Heck, you know, what more can you ask for? I don't think you could possibly build a decent microphone for less than that. Great for karaoke parties, great for announcements. You know, making the kids play around with this stuff is good too. You're not going to worry about them breaking a very expensive microphone. It's got decent range and it sounds decent. So I'm giving it thumbs up. Great value for the price. Fifine Technologies, check them out on Amazon. If you have any comments about this microphone, please feel free to leave your comments and I'll get to them. If you haven't already hit the little bell icon, please do. You'll be notified whenever I post another video. And of course, don't forget, guys, you can always visit addictedtogear.com, which is my website, and there you'll see other videos as well as some great articles and reviews I've done on products, which you will not get on YouTube. So take a look at that whenever you have a moment. In the meantime, guys, stay tuned and keep rocking. There'll be more great videos coming your way. See you soon.